Our family has experienced countless adventures throughout dozens of islands in the Philippines, but today, our 8th grade kids are getting some bona fide flight training in multiple aircraft types right here in Pampanga. After Brooklyn's first lesson in a Cirrus SR20 back in the US, the Filipino team here at the Angeles Flying Club is helping her log time in their Cessna 172 and one of their ultralights. But the excitement of flight is too much to escape Colt's attention, so they're gonna give him a little stick and rudder time too. We're spending the better part of the day enjoying the endless activities at this family-friendly destination. So recline your seat, grab some peanuts, and enjoy this in-flight movie as we put our trust in their team of professional pilots. Well, this is our first time here at Angeles City Flying Club. I've actually been talking to a few people from the club here for many months. It was a previous trip to the Philippines where they first reached out and said, you know, you ought to consider coming up here to Pampanga and checking out the operation that we have because it's a very cool club. And so we've been talking about it for months, just trying to make the arrangements to get up here at a time when it made sense. And I guess that time is now, because Brooklyn's gonna fly some more planes, and we'll tell you more about what she's been up to in a little bit. But first, let's show you a little bit of the grounds, because we just got here, and I have to say the 8 hectares are a really cool, almost country club-like atmosphere. So much to do here for an entire family all day, not just the people, the girls who are gonna fly the actual planes. Let's check out the hangar. There are basically 4 areas to the aircraft hangar that we have in here, and the first one is gonna be all club-owned aircraft. It's all ultralights. They have a total of 9 planes. And then the other hangars are a little bit different. Those are privately owned. Now, Colt and Aaron are actually here too. They're just behind the camera and over here. But Colt, as soon as he saw one of these ultralight aircraft, decided maybe he wants to be a pilot too, because you can't peel him out of this now.
Now, I've never really had an interest in flying a plane, but this takes it to the whole next level, because this is super cool. It's like open, no doors, just a seatbelt holding you in the plane. And it's cool, it's like a roller coaster. If I became a pilot, I'd use a plane like this.
One of the great things about ultralight planes like these is that you don't have to have your private pilot's license to fly them legally. So most of these were built right here at the club by the mechanics and the members of the club. So you can order them, they're in kits, they show up in crates, and then you can put them together. A lot of times the higher end ones will come without an engine. That allows you to pick whatever power of engine you want, whatever type of engine you want to put in it. That's not so much of a thing with the ultralights that we see right here, but kit aircraft in general, it's just, I would like to start a whole YouTube channel dedicated to just Brooklyn and me putting together one of these kit planes and then using that as ours. It's so much more cost effective to do it that way than going out and buying one of the expensive planes that she tends to fly around. Brooklyn has just started her flight training, and her last lesson, which was just a few months ago, was in probably the best plane that even exists for flight training. What was it?
Cirrus SR20.
Completely glass cockpit, absolutely beautiful. It looks like a Porsche inside the cockpit. And then we set up a Cirrus SR20 simulator. Like, what are the specs on that? What are you using for all of it?
A throttle,
rudder
pedals, and
control stick, and it's on your Xbox.
Yeah.
And then you've got like a big monitor. Probably soon, maybe 2 monitors, since we might take one back with us. And then it's flight simulator, right?
Yeah.
It blows my mind to think that these can be ordered as kits and put together with somebody's own hands. And I had no idea that kind of hobby existed, like actually putting airplanes together, until Phil brought it up a little bit ago. And I don't think I could visualize him actually doing it until I was here to see the products that they can actually make with it. And I'm on board, I'm all for it now. I think that Phil and Brooklyn should totally build their own plane. Give a like if you agree.
As worldwide travelers, we always share travel tips in our content. And I've mentioned our use of eSIMs a few times. eSIMs allow us to buy international mobile data more conveniently than buying physical SIM cards at airports, and for much less money than buying travel data plans from our mobile carrier. After my last mention, we had multiple people telling us about Olafly eSIMs, and wouldn't you know it, On our next long-haul flight, the airline entertainment played Olaf Fly promos at the start of every show. So we decided to check it out and found one enormous benefit over every other eSIM service we've tried: unlimited data in over 200 destinations around the world. And their plans go beyond individual destinations, with options for 7 regions and even a global plan. I've been a software user interface designer for 25 years, so a simple, intuitive user experience is a must for any app that I'm going to recommend. Olafly makes it incredibly easy to purchase eSIMs through the app or their website, and installing one can be done manually, by scanning a QR code, or with one-button install on iPhones. Issues along the way? You have 24/7 support available via chat or WhatsApp. From now on, we're saying adios to other eSIMs and hola to Olafly. Do the same using the link in the description or by going to followabc.com/Olafly. And be sure to use promo code ALWAYSBECHANGING to get 5% off any plan. This one's being piloted right now by Emil, and he's actually going to be the instructor who takes Brooklyn up in not an ultralight, not a kit plane, but the Cessna 172, which is one of the more quintessential flight training platforms worldwide. Part of the reason that these are referred to as ultralight aircraft, obviously, is because they're somewhat bare bones. The fuselage itself tends to be nothing but pipes that are put together and then some seats, so it's all very basic. But even the wings, if you look up here, this is going to be usually some sort of an aluminum tubing framework inside, and then it's covered by this fabric, which is removable. Here's a zipper. And it is a special fabric that is a ripstop. So if you puncture it, it's not gonna tear and fall apart in the air or anything like that. I don't know exactly what it's called or what it's made out of, but kind of like a Kevlar, very durable.
Clearly, Phil is in his element here. He knows what he's talking about. He grew up flying. He hasn't mentioned that, has he? I'll let him explain his history with aviation, but I'm actually afraid of flying, which is ironic because of what we do for a living. We travel, but I overcome that fear, and I'm not going to be flying today, but I've never let my fear of flying hinder us from any experiences that we've done. So I am in full support, and I have 100% full trust of Phil when it comes to aviation as a hobby.
Here's the second hangar. So this one is also kit aircraft, ultralight aircraft. Yeah, I think that one's a kit plane too. But these are privately owned. But as everyone was alluding to, when I was a kid, I had a grandmother who was a pilot, very accomplished pilot, had her own plane. She would take me up all the time. It was a lot of fun. That's where I first got my experience flying an actual aircraft. And then when I was 15, I started taking flight lessons, just like she does. Speaking of flight lessons, Alan just told us that the 9 a.m. appointment for the Cessna has not shown up. So we're gonna meet up with Emil here, and we're gonna head up right now so she can fly. Yeah. So yeah, this is Emil. He's gonna be Brooklyn's flight instructor for the day. She's gonna be the captain.
Yeah, we're just passengers here.
The plane that Brooklyn's gonna be taking up right now with Emil and with me in the back seat is a Cessna 172. So this is a certified aircraft. It is not ultralight. We're gonna do that more in a little bit, but it is not a kit plane. This is a real legit. It's actually very similar to the planes that I used for flight training when I was a kid as well. So we just need to get it out of the next hangar over, go through the pre-flight inspection, and get out.
We need to do pre-checks to get the plane ready.
So the pre-flight is going to be the complete inspection of the aircraft here, like fuel levels, fuel clarity, checking sometimes tire pressure. You want to make sure that all the control surfaces are moving freely, looking for any damage. Basically, all the exterior stuff that you can find that might have an issue prior to flight. Right? Is that right? Did I get it?
So, yeah. Gotta check the oil.
That's full over there. We're about 3/4 from here, so we're good. That's the low level, and we're about here, so 3/4. It's good, almost full. It's enough for our flight.
While they're finishing up the pre-flight, I want to show you something back here. This is a super cool plane that the club is actually selling for one of the members. It is a PT-13, it's a Boeing. This is from 1943, so World War II era, when it was used as a primary trainer. And in fact, if you've ever seen the movie Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck, at the beginning, he's flying like the crop duster. That is this exact plane. I believe that the sale price right now, the asking price is somewhere around $125,000 US. All original except for the radio, probably for legal reasons, certification reasons.
She's covered up pretty nicely, but I think the coolest thing is under the propeller. That is a wooden propeller. I think it's beautiful and kind of cool to think that it's made of wood.
They also have a helicopter back here in the corner. I think that's a Bell. And then right here in the middle is an amphibious plane. So this thing just lands without separate floats on water. So the fuselage itself and then a couple of attachments under the wings are what make it float. Those are basically pontoons, so it's a pontoon shape. And I know that I've seen this plane in numerous movies and probably at least one James Bond flick.
In case of an emergency and we have to, land off airport, if I say unlatch doors, unlatch the doors, and it'll pop open.
Roger that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is going to be a little bit different for Brooklyn because so far her flight lessons and even her simulator use a control stick, so just a single stick that you use with a single hand. This will be her first time flying with a yoke. More of a traditional control that people associate with airplanes.
So to be clear, she will be piloting the plane, and I'm immensely proud of her. Tearing up, of course. Very, very proud.
Oh, that's right. Erin, this will be the first time that Erin has actually seen her fly. Because when we did her Cirrus flight before in Denver, it was just Brooklyn and I who drove down to the airport to do that one. So Erin has seen nothing except videos that I've created from that event.
I almost got taken out by the plane.
Over here's the Cessna 152. It's like the little brother to the 172. That's the one that I took all of my flight training in when I was a kid, and that's the exact plane that I first soloed in when I was 15 years old. Okay, off we go. We feel the need for speed.
Well, this doesn't have speed.
Neil says this doesn't have speed.
Brakes, test and set, even pressure, no leaks my side. You take a peek. There's. Okay, up, all pressures rising. Check, all temps rising.
Before they actually take off, they have to do more checks now that the engine's on. So they're doing that right now. And when they're done, they're gonna go all the way to the back of the runway. So they have all this space to get up and get going. You proud of your sister?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. It makes you want to pilot too.
Well, I'm gonna pilot too.
Yeah, the lake.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch them go.
This is a grass runway.
You all good, Brooke?
What?
You're good?
Yeah.
All right. Let's check it. All right, left clear. So you still remember on the Cirrus when you did the run-up before you take off?
Yeah.
We'll be doing the same thing. We'll go through the checklist, check the flight controls, do a quick run-up of the engine. Yep, I'll swing it into the wind. We are clear. Okay, let's do a run-up here before takeoff. Okay, parking brake is set. Cabin doors are closed and locked. Closing my windows. Okay, windows are closed. Seat belts are set. Fuel selector set to both. Check flight controls. Left aileron up, right down, right up, left down. Up elevator, down elevator. Right rudder, left rudder. Okay, flight controls are free and correct. With the traffic RPC 1606 will be entering the active runway 08. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
We're about to take off. I'll backtrack the runway and make a 180 at the end. I'm just gonna check for traffic because this is an uncontrolled airfield, so before we take off I just make sure nobody's in the pattern. Alright, so departure end is clear. Downwind's clear, base to final clear. With the traffic RPC 1606 entering the active back taxi runway 08. You can feel through the controls if you want to, just to feel what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yep. You can help me a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we'll swing it past here. Yep, so just pull full back. Clear, clear. Give it some power. Okay, runway's clear. Wind check, full power. Heel on the floor. Okay, takeoff power set 2200. T's and P's in the green. Alright. And your seat's alive. Give it a little pull, pull, slowly pull, pull, pull. Alright, now push a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, passing 300 feet, temperatures are all good, check. Okay, flaps coming up. Yeah, when we get to 1,500, I'm gonna hand the controls over to you. So we're close, it's 200 to go.
Okay.
I'll level the wings, I'll trim the airplane, then I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, 150 to go. Okay, 1,500 leveling off and reducing power to 2,100, and let me just trim it out for you. There you go. So we are now level at 1,500. Okay, you have the controls.
I have the controls.
Yep. Yep, you. Yep, so look outside and look, it's pretty hazy, so right now just try to find a reference point on the horizon, use the cowl, and yep, just keep it straight and level. You're doing good. And keep to this heading. Yep, you're flying the airplane. Just let go of the back pressure a bit. We're still climbing. See, we're at 1,600 now. You can descend a little bit. Just give it a little bit of a... Here you go. Just let go of that back pressure. I'm going to reduce the power. Then stay to this heading. We want to go east. So until this shows E, then turn the airplane. Yep. To the right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Yep, and you can stop at that bank angle. Yep, pull a little bit for descending. Just give it a little bit of pull. Okay, and a little bit of a left now. We're gonna overshoot. Okay, left. There you go. Perfect. Great.
Thanks.
And try to keep the wings level now. Now that we're heading this way, try to keep the wings level. Yep. And I'm gonna trim it out. Yep, there you go. Super.
3596 over.
I don't know if you see the river, it's pretty hazy right up in front of us.
Yeah.
See the river? Just head for the river. Right, keep the wings level and head for the river.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Most of the time we're looking outside, looking for visual references, and then just head to that river. Once we get to the river, let's go south.
Okay.
So you'll know when we're south. I mean, look at the compass, it'll show S, and you can stop the turn when we're there. Okay, now we want to head south, so turn to the right until this shows S.
Power to red, 921.
And you don't need to pull, just push it down a bit. There you go. There you go. Yep, continue to turn. Okay, that's it. Hold that back angle. Yep. There's a little cloud here. You're pulling up again. Okay, just let go of that back pressure a little bit. There you go. There you go. Perfect.
921.
There you go.
We're at 921 and confirm, can we take via Fox 5 departure?
Okay, watch the compass. We're coming to south. You can now level the wings. Level the wings. Yep, great, super. There you go. Give it a little bit of back pressure so we're not descending. There you go. That's good. That's perfect. Then try to hold that. Remember that distance from that horizon and keep it there. And that means we're not climbing and we're not descending.
Okay.
You're doing great. So,
Thank you.
good job.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, bro. 1, 2, 3.
How high are we?
1,500 feet. Here you go. That's 500 and we're 1,000. 1,500. Yep, keep the wings level.
Alright.
There you go. That's the wind that's blowing us around.
We're at 921, ready.
Yeah, good job. You got a little bit of wind. Good job correcting.
Thank you.
Super.
34950, oh my god, I'm so tired.
I want you to start heading to that town. So turn to the right until we're facing west. Head for that town over here. This big town. You see the town, right? It's right here in front of us. Yep. Alright. Okay, you can stop the turn here. Okay. Hold that bank angle.
Turning right, so runway 0.
There you go.
3596.
Perfect.
Continue approach. Continue approach, 3596. Red 921, wind 350 degrees, at 6 knots, maintain runway heading climb 5,000 feet, runway 02 via Fox
Yeah,
5
continue turning.
intersection, cleared for takeoff.
Yep. A little bit more until we're showing west.
Runway 02,
Yeah.
Fox 5 intersection,
A little bit more.
heading
10 more degrees. There you go. And level the wings. There you go. Level the wings. Yep. Alright. Perfect.
Your controls. Right?
My controls.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, we're heading back. We're on the south side of the mountain. We'll be going to the west side and we're almost there. About 10 more minutes and we'll be back on the ground. How was it?
It was fun.
Good?
Yeah.
Just like the Cirrus? The
A little
Cirrus is
different,
better.
yeah.
Cirrus is better. It's got all the glass cockpit and this is kind of old school.
Yeah.
All the gauges and stuff. This is about the only digital thing that's up here. Where'd you fly the Cirrus? Back in the States?
Yeah, Denver.
Oh, Denver. Yeah, that's pretty high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see it yet?
No.
Well, we got lots of fuel. No, I'm just kidding. We're about to cross the airfield. It's going to be below us. We're crossing midfield.
I see.
So, yeah, if you look to your side there, it's coming up. You'll see the runway. Yeah, we're about to cross right now.
Oh, yeah,
We're over
yeah.
at the airfield. Okay. They're looking for you. You can press the mic if you want to talk. Press this. Somebody's calling you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Just press it.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, final approach path is clear. Final clear.
Awesome landing. Hey, welcome to the Angeles City Flying Club.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. It's off, lights are off. All off, radio's off. How's that?
That was fun.
Good?
Yeah.
About you, good?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
You okay, Phil?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys sit on here.
Looks cool. I'm excited to go on my ultralight now.
Let me get a picture of you. I had to like circle, like go to east and south, then west or whatever. And then he took controls of it.
He basically did the takeoff and the landing, and you were the pilot for the rest of it.
Sorta, like from the most of the rest of it.
How cool is that? 13 years old. So proud of you, baby. So proud of you. Happy to have you on the ground.
Now I get to be not on the ground. I get to go fly a plane now.
One thing that I think is cool about this little flight that she just did is that her first lesson was in the Cirrus, second one's in the Cessna 172. And at the Air Force Academy, the primary trainer that they use was the Cessna 172 when I was there, and now it's the Cirrus. So Brooklyn has flown 2 generations of Air Force Academy primary trainers, and now she wants to go to the Air Force Academy. Right? So tell everybody why you want to go to the Air Force Academy. What do you want to do after you graduate?
I want to do the Space Force.
Space Force, that's right, yeah. See, here's the thing. The U.S. military has 4 main branches. Those are going to be Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. But Marines kind of falls under the Department of the Navy, so there is no military academy dedicated exclusively to the U.S. Marines. You have the U.S. Military Academy, which is for the Army. That's in West Point, New York. You have the United States Naval Academy, which is in Annapolis, Maryland. That's going to be for the Navy and the Marines if you want to be commissioned in either branch. And now we have the United States Space Force, which falls under the Department of the Air Force. So if you want to go into the Space Force as a commissioned officer, you would go to the U.S. Air Force Academy. So that's Brooklyn's plan. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you kind of consider becoming a pilot as a means to an end. Ultimately, what you want to be is an astronaut/astronomer, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the best ways to get down that path is by becoming a pilot
Yeah.
and getting into the Air Force Academy
Yeah.
and then cross-commissioning into the Space Force.
Yeah.
Colt is just aching to get up in the air. So we're gonna head down here toward the ultralights. And while we head down there, I wanna tell you how we headed up here to Clark, Pampanga area. We don't have a car. So we reached out to our friends at Guide to the Philippines and they hooked us up with Jimwell Travel and Tours. So yesterday, our driver, Giovanni, picked us up at our apartment and we had the easiest, smoothest hour and 45-minute drive straight to the hotel that we're staying at here. And you can book that experience or other transportation experiences with Jimwell Travel and Tours on the Guide to the Philippines website. And while you're there, you can also look at what they can offer for trip packages, hotels, activities, and also flights. You can book your Philippine airline flights directly through their website. Who knows, maybe Brooklyn or Colt will be your pilot. Colt's getting a pre-flight inspection lesson, and this is not the aircraft that he's going to be taking up. It's very similar. The biggest difference is that this one has cables and the other one has the titanium.
Nope.
Aluminum? Or what the UK call aluminium. What do they call it? Aluminium. So that one is what they're going to actually be taking up. Jabba is taking them up. He's doing a final walkthrough with Colt around the aircraft they're actually going to be flying in. And I say they because Brooklyn's going to go up too, but one at a time. Colt's going to be going first. Very lucky kids to have the opportunity to do things like this. It's pretty insane, and I hope they appreciate it as much as I know Phil and I do. This aircraft is rigged with so many cameras. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4. Are there more? 5.
All right. Okay, I want you to verbalize clear prop.
Clear prop.
flyby.
I'm in the back seat. You should probably take the wheel. I'm kinda twisted inside, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just here for the ride, okay? Here comes a double vision. Does Megan Fox have a twin or something? Might be the Prozac kicking in, but she tossed her drink in my face and I didn't even flinch. My mom says love's not easy. Just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty. I just wonder where they are. You like my Batman t-shirt? It costs like 50 bucks. Someone must think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy. Can't catch a break lately. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing. I said it, I meant it. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Get a little. What you gotta do. What?
Woohoo! I got to fly. He gave me the controls, and I got to steer it and
Yeah,
fly
you
and
steered the
stuff.
plane.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
My pilot kids! You guys are just conquering every field, every hobby, check by check. Scuba, check. Waterfall rappelling, check. And now aviation, check.
Buti linagyan pa lang ganito.
Brooklyn, you think you're going to prefer this or the actual Cessna plane?
This is fun.
I think you will love this one.
You have a bigger risk of crashing, so then when you land, it's super cool that you didn't crash.
Makes you more grateful for life. See ya.
Bye.
All right, clear.
Brooklyn's taking off now. I'm so glad that she has a variety of experiences here. Colt's really out for the thrill of it and the fun of it, but Brooklyn is here to develop her skills. Aviation is something that she's going to continue to be passionate about and learn and grow, and there's no telling where she's going to go with it. The stars, maybe?
Don't wanna waste time. I'll never be this young. I'll never be this young again. Don't wanna chase highs when I'm too worn out. When I'm too worn out. So I'm never coming down. Never coming down. Never coming down again. I was born to be this high, born to be this high, born to be this high, my friend. Won't you come up here to my altitude, yeah, you, 'cause I always liked you. I wanna share this view, I wanna share this view with you. We're never coming down, never coming down, never coming down again.
Any good club is not about the planes or the facilities, even though they have great planes and great facilities here, but a club is about the people. So let me introduce you to a couple of other personalities right here. You already met Emil, so he's the one who took Brooklyn up on her first flight. And actually, Colt just went up in the air with Jab. He's also the in-house cinematographer, so if you follow their social media, you're probably gonna see content created mostly by him. In fact, some in this episode because we're going to trade content from our various cameras. Right over here, we have Alan, who is really the main guy who made this whole thing happen. He and I have been going back and forth for months via email, and so he put everything together. Ron's a Belgium native who now splits his time between Belgium and here.
Exactly.
And he's a member of the club. And last but not least, we've got Tonit, who is the club president.
Hi.
How long have you been club president?
Oh, I'm trying to get out. It's been 10
Nobody
years
wants
and
his job.
I've been trying to get out for 10 years.
We won't
No,
allow
it's yeah, but it's fine. It's a fun place. I really love it, and we keep telling people to come over and fly, and we'll have fun. That's kind of like our slogan. It's a very restful, serene place, and everybody is passionate about aviation here. That's why it's a great place to be if you're a pilot or an airplane owner or just an enthusiast like you guys.
Well, it's a little bit warm for me. All the Philippines tends to be that way. But you guys say that it's basically stellar flying conditions almost all year, right? Except for when there are some typhoons coming through. But yeah, it's a beautiful setting. And here comes Brooklyn.
That's our pilot girl. How was it, hun? Yeah.
So you were right. You like this the best.
Yeah, because we went like down and like this, but it was cool because there's no like wall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You like the air.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you know that you like this one because this is the most affordable plane we could buy.
By the way, this is my pilot, Charles.
Hi, Charles. Thanks for taking her up.
It was fun flying your daughter.
So did you control it too? Did you?
Sorta. I don't like controlling it, but I liked riding it. Yeah.
I think everybody has worked up an appetite, so we're going to take a little bit of a lunch break, and then we're going to show you more of the facilities they have here because it's so much more than the hangars and the runway that we have out here. On the first floor of the building right here, they have offices for the club, and then a pilot's corner, which is where pilots can kind of hang out, do briefings, debriefings, and where they do their training for the ground school component. But upstairs is probably my favorite area, and in fact, if I was a kid and had this accessible to me, it would have been the one place that I would hang out every single day. Our two little pilots are debriefing right over here. You guys comparing notes from your flights?
No.
This is called the Air Park View Cafe for obvious reasons. It is a cafe, so we're gonna get our lunch right here. They've got ice cream, they've got sodas, they've got burgers, anything that you need to wet your whistle and satiate your appetite. But this is my favorite part, to be able to sit at a bar that's literally overlooking an active runway. You could just watch planes come and go all day long. This would have been absolute heaven for me as a child. Kind of is now.
Beyond the ice cream and the coconut, buku. Oh wait, I said buku, didn't I? Buku is one of Brooklyn's nicknames, so I say that all the time. But buko is coconut. They have a full menu, everything from omelets, maybe you get here in the morning, to burgers and pastas and chili dogs and some classic Filipino dishes like kare-kare, which is one of the dishes we got.
Club is open every single day, and it's pretty handy. There's such an international membership here. People are always coming from out of town, and they have somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 rooms on site. So like the resort component here, they've got rooms that are only for single travelers, and then I think they even have a few, one or more, family suites available. I told Colt to bring his swim trunks because I knew that Brooklyn and I would be flying for sure. They've got a pretty fantastic looking pool over here, but unfortunately nobody brought their swim trunks. It'd be a really good day for it because it is warm out.
Kids have worked up quite the appetite. They are attacking those burgers, and they don't look like typical burgers. I mean, they were big burgers and fried egg and bacon, all the works. Like I said, we got kare-kare and also a steak burger. Not steak burger, yeah, burger steak. Steak burger.
Such a great place to come for the day with your entire family. If people don't care about planes, they can just swim in the pool, but if they do, or if they think they might, what a great way to just experiment. They've got a package deal here. It's like a member for a day introductory package that's just south of 5,000 pesos, and it includes a flight in the ultralight as well as full use of the facilities here. What a great experience for us. I mean, especially with Brooklyn having the passion that she has, but also Colt apparently discovering a new one. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 2 more pilots in the family after this. But big thank you to the Angeles City Flying Club for all of the experiences and all of the food.
It's just one of the many adventures that we have here in the Philippines. So we hope that you follow us along as we go to other places. I think we're headed to Palawan next. We're going to San Vicente. Cannot wait to get there. So please subscribe so you don't miss that, and you hit the notification bell because it's gonna tell you when our new uploads are ready to view. We'll see you in the next episode.
So she can fly. Let's go.
She's a
Okay, I'm gonna get on the
She's a superstar.